Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. If you're new to my channel, my name is Rihanna and I'm an ICU nurse. I'm also an SRNA, a senior in anesthesia school, so I make videos about all that stuff. But today I'm going to be making a video about a day in the life of a nurse during the COVID-19 pandemic. So I'm an ICU nurse and I work in the MICU right now. The MICU at our hospital is designated for COVID-19 patients. So I wanted to vlog for you guys, kind of talk about how my day goes, how we're preparing for this pandemic, how we're handling it right now, and just kind of tell you everything. I wanted to share information because there's a lot of stuff going around on Facebook that's making a lot of people curious about how this is affecting healthcare workers. So I'm gonna vlog. I obviously can only vlog during my breaks and I can't vlog patients, so I'm gonna give you as much information as I can without violating HIPAA or any privacy laws. It's 6:45 right now. I'm headed to work. If I look a little tired, it's because B is teething right now and she was up a lot last night, so her and Jon are sleeping in a little today. She's gonna be home with him obviously, and I'm gonna get going so I can relieve the night shift and I'm not late, but follow along so you can see how it goes. I just got to work. I wanted to let you know kind of what's different about coming to work right now. So right now our hospital is closed off to all visitors, which is really sad because our patients can't have any visitors, and I feel like that's what keeps spirits high and just kind of helps people during their recovery. So we all feel really bad about that. And we're only allowed to come in through the front door right now. When we get up to our unit, before we clock in, there's a thermometer by the clock-in station, so we have to check our temperature with our charge nurse, and she has to document that to make sure none of us have fevers. Other than that, I'm about to go get a report and see if we're doing anything differently because things from the CDC and everything keep changing. So we're trying to do everything we can to prevent the spread of this and protect ourselves. So I'm gonna go see what we're doing today. I'm getting ready to take my lunch break, but I want to tell you one thing that's been kind of different today from a normal day in the ICU is we have a code team, and the point of it is to avoid having a lot of unnecessary people go into a COVID room. So everybody's assigned on the COVID code team, and if a code were to happen, only those people go in the room. So there's not a whole bunch of people in there getting exposed, leaving the door open and things like that. Another thing that is different is we are the only people in the hospital who can do the COVID swabs besides the emergency room. So we go to the units when they need a COVID-19 swab, and we do the nasopharyngeal swab. So I've gone and done about 3 of those today. We're kind of taking turns doing them, and the charge nurse is doing a lot of them. So those are just 2 things that are a little bit different today than a normal day, and I will catch you up on the rest a little later when I get off work because I'm gonna go eat now. I just got home from work and I just wanted to show you how I'm changing and decontaminating so I don't take everything through my apartment. So they say that it can't come home on your scrubs, but all of us just want to be extra careful anyway, so I don't want to wear my scrubs through the apartment and my shoes and all that stuff. This is where I'm leaving my shoes, right out here. I already Lysoled them. As you can see, the Lysol's right here. And then I'm going to go inside and change right on this towel, wrap my scrubs up inside of it. It's an old towel we clean with, and throw everything in the washer, wash them on hot, and take a shower just to get everything clean. So that is my plan for how to decontaminate. I don't want to be around Jon and B until I'm clean, so I'm not even going to say hi to them. They're just going to play separately. I'm going to go straight into the bathroom and shower. And then I will catch you guys up on all the details of the day as soon as I'm done. Sorry I couldn't take you along in real time, obviously, because of privacy, but I'm going to tell you all about it, so just hang in there for a second. I'm back. It has now been a few hours. We made dinner, hung out and everything, and I just put her to bed. So now is a great time to film. So after I got home and changed just like I showed you, I went straight to the shower, and I took a shower, obviously. I stuck my scrubs in the washer and washed everything on like super hot with a bunch of laundry detergent. I heard there is some kind of like Lysol or something you can add to your laundry, but I didn't do that because I don't have any. And I did not wash my hair because I had a hair cap on all day. I just wanted to explain that because I think people might ask why I didn't wash my hair as well. So I had my OR like hair cover on, so that's why I didn't wash my hair, and I just washed my face and everything else. Maybe TMI, but I know that people are wondering like what to do when you get off work and what other people are doing. So I talked to like a lot of people on my unit, and this is basically what everybody's doing. Thankfully, I only live a couple blocks from work, so I always walk and I don't have to deal with getting in my car and contaminating my car and stuff like that. So I wanted to tell you a few things the hospital is doing to help deal with the COVID-19 outbreak. There's no visitor policy right now, just to prevent extra traffic from going in and out, and people who are infected or don't know they're infected from bringing it in the hospital and vice versa. So this applies to everybody except pediatrics or severe cases like end of life or some reason that the family needs to be there. Minors and children are allowed to have a parent there with them. OB is the other exception. The spouse or the baby's parent is allowed to be there while the mother's in labor, which is very necessary in my opinion. And I think they're really doing a good job dealing with this, making the policy strict, but also making the exceptions that need to be made in certain situations. It was pretty weird to see all the waiting areas completely empty today. Like I said earlier, it's pretty sad because patients escape kind of is having visitors and having family or friends come. It kind of distracts them from what's going on. So not being able to have that, I think, is just sad, and I really feel bad for them, but this is really the best decision in my opinion for what's going on right now. A few other things they have done: we're only allowed to enter through the emergency room entrance or the main entrance in the front. There's somebody taking temperatures when you go in or out. All the water fountains are closed just to eliminate people from, you know, like leaning down and breathing on it and sharing germs and stuff like that. Next, I wanted to address PPE. So that's personal protective equipment. We haven't really had a huge issue with this yet. We have N95 masks that we are reusing to conserve supplies. So we keep it in a brown paper bag. We have goggles that are reusable, and so they're able to be cleaned. They're plastic. We can clean them after every shift. We have hair caps. We have gowns and shoe covers and things like that. So I brought my OR hair cap because I didn't want to waste hair caps throwing them out and stuff like that, since I have a bunch of ones for the OR anyway, and I could just wash them with my scrubs. So what we're doing when we go in a patient's room is we are wearing a gown, gloves, N95 mask, a hair cover, and the goggles. We also have face shields. If you think you're going to be doing something with a lot of exposure, you can wear a face shield in addition to all that for extra protection. And in addition to that, we have had a lot of community members donate reusable cloth masks that they have sewed themselves. We haven't had to use them yet, at least on my unit, but we have them there for when the time does come, or if the time does come, hopefully not, that we do run out of PPE or run out of masks and need to resort to something else. I feel like our hospital is keeping us really informed. We have had continuing education modules on coronavirus and on doing nasopharyngeal swabs, on donning and doffing PPE for people who don't do that a lot. Today we had a manual proning class, which a nurse on our unit who's like the proning master, she taught that, because obviously if we end up having to prone a lot of patients, we don't have enough rotoprone beds, which turn the patients over for a large amount of patients, because we don't use them too often. We only use them in very severe cases. So there was a manual proning class today available to a lot of different people, and we've just been very informed. I feel like they've been making a lot of announcements, talking to us in the beginning of the shifts. I work in the medical ICU at the biggest hospital in our area. I'm not going to tell you exactly where I work because I'm not speaking for the hospital I work at, but it is a big academic facility. Another thing we're doing differently as nurses is we have put extension tubing on all the IV pumps, and we're wiring them under the door and outside the patient's room to avoid going in and out an unnecessary amount of times and having the door open and closed a whole bunch. So that has been really helpful. I think that really eliminated a lot of unnecessary traffic. It was something kind of weird to get used to at first, like having the IV pump so far away from the patient, but it makes sense why we're doing it. A lot of other institutions are doing it as well. Lastly, I just wanted to talk about how I'm feeling about the whole thing. I've been a nurse for 5 years. I am 1 month away from graduating CRNA school, so I say I have a decent amount of experience, and this is the first time I've experienced anything like this. The closest thing, which isn't really comparable, is when we would have mass casualty incidents when I worked in trauma. We would have a lot of different patients come in a short amount of time, but that was much more controlled. We would get a phone call, we would know how many patients to expect, and we would have a little bit of time to prepare for that. As in this situation, we have no idea how many patients we're gonna get. We have no idea when they're coming, how sick they're gonna be, or anything like that. So it's very unpredictable. I wanted to touch on fear and if I'm feeling scared about the situation. I'm not scared for myself. I know there is a chance I could get sick, and I could get very sick and have like bad symptoms, but there also is a chance, because I'm young and healthy, that I could get the virus and not feel any symptoms at all, or just feel mild symptoms. My fear comes from infecting other people with the virus and spreading it around, bringing it home to my family and things like that. So that's why I'm being extra careful, and you could even say paranoid, about disinfecting, changing my scrubs, cleaning my shoes, taking a shower right when I get home, and all that stuff. So I'm just trying to be very careful. I'm not going out in public places because I don't want to risk bringing myself out and exposing the public, even though we're on a shelter in place right now anyway, so that's not even possible. But we haven't been for the past 2 weeks. This is a new thing that happened yesterday. And I'm basically just trying to be overly cautious, use common sense, and take the situation very seriously. As nurses, we deal with contagious diseases all the time. MRSA, C. diff, HIV, hepatitis, TB, all kinds of diseases that can be airborne, transferred by blood, transferred by a bunch of different means, by contact. So I'm not unfamiliar with dealing with contagious diseases, as no other nurses are either, but this is just a little bit different because it's so infectious, it's spreading so fast, it's so serious, and it's killing so many people. So we want to do everything we can to help the community and help our patients. I just wanted to close out this video by saying if you've been affected by the coronavirus, if your families have been infected by the coronavirus, I'm thinking about you guys. I'm hoping that everything's okay. I'm so sorry that everybody's going through this. I know this is difficult for a lot of people for a variety of different reasons, but hopefully things will get better soon. I hope things start to calm down now that a lot of places are doing shelter in place and closing down public areas. I hope that the virus stops spreading. Today we passed 1,000 deaths in the US, and we also past all the other countries for the amount of cases we have, which is kind of scary, but I'm trying to remain positive. When I went into nursing and healthcare, I put myself in the situation to deal with these kinds of things, and I'm happy to help the community and help the patients that are being affected by this, and I'm also going to be careful to protect myself. If you're at home quarantining or on a shelter-in-place order, I hope you're able to spend time with your family, enjoy a little bit of downtime even during these high anxiety times. I hope you're able to relax and catch up on some stuff, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I wish I could have showed you more throughout the day, or I could have talked about stuff more specifically, but obviously I can't because part of my job is to protect patient privacy, and I don't want to talk about any details that could be any bit identifying, especially in this very specific situation. If you have any questions or comments, or you've worked with COVID-19 patients, or you want to talk about what your hospital is doing to prepare, or you're just a community member who wants to talk about it, or anything like that, leave them below because I'd love to hear from you. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Feel free to subscribe because I make videos about my life and nursing. So if you want to stay tuned, hit that subscribe button, and as always, I hope you guys have a great week, and I will see you next week.